Life is better out in Africa. Vegetation is fine like animals that run wild. Celebrations throughout the night. Check. And the nature is unlike no other. Life is better out in Africa. Let me show you what you got. You don't believe me? We can take a trip, just you and me.
Let's go.
Living a dream.
You can too.
Everything ain't what it seems in Africa.
We just arrived at Mama C and Baba Pete's spot, their village. It's been some years since I've been here, and I know there was a lot of it that burnt down, right?
The children's home burnt down. They rebuilt. I don't know where.
I think this is the son's house, right? Because this was being built last time I was here.
Yeah.
It was.
Patrick.
Yeah, they had just broke ground on that. So that's what, it's been about 2 years.
Some stuff.
Yeah.
Haven't heard from him in a while though.
Oh, I hear some people on the other side of the wall. So we are not the first ones here. Sounds like. Remember, as the sewing school, unless they switched it up. I had a couple years back. I spent some time here in the village. Majabu's boutique. Yeah. She had made, oh, here's Mama C. Here's Mama. Good morning. Okay. Deities. Man. Oh, I didn't ask about Baba Pete. Oh, they got a house full already.
And then outside of that, there's quite a bit of like small grants. Like we've gotten grants from the Black Solidarity Economy Fund, which is ran by the
New Economy Coalition.
New Economy Coalition. We've gotten
the project right now is our primary focus for investment. We're looking for folks that can actually do like about 50,000 to 100,000, but we do have small projects. Like my brother is working on something that.
I want to make that clear before I begin to talk about the things that I want to share with you. And as I engage you, I want you to engage one another. Everybody good with that? Yeah. So I'm going to ask you to get out of your seat. I'm going to ask you to speak to someone else, perhaps somebody you don't know, and it may be uncomfortable. So I just want to give you a heads up. All right, so identifying what I prayed to. I want to give thanks to the Honorable Pete O'Neill and Mama C. Yeah, y'all can. For your vision and passion to manifest space and spirit for others to thrive. That's what visions do, right? I want to give thanks to the Repair Nations family. Thank you all. You know who you are. You know the work that you put in on a regular basis. Motivation is the desire to achieve a goal, while commitment is the dedication to seeing it. I am Kwame Asajifu today. They call it the agitator in the washing machine. If we didn't have the agitation, it wouldn't get washed. So that's Village Connect. That's Village Connect and what we about. Now, The mission articulates the reason for our existing. I ask you the question, what's your reason for existing? Because one of the questions I had is are the young people here facing the same issues that we're facing in America? I could have said I do, the answer, but you know, in many cases when I know, I don't grow. And so I have to really constantly remind myself that ignorance is not a bad place to be. Sometimes when we admit ignorance, sometimes that gives us the room to learn and to grow. Dale, in real world, we are human beings. In shadow of real world, we are being human. To say I love you in Igbo is to say I see you in my eyes. One more time. I see you in my eyes. I see you. In our trauma, we have walls constructed to protect ourselves. So I just want to read this passage. However sound the reasons given for the construction might be, walls are fundamentally implements of separation and blockage. Walls create sides. They contain and obstruct. A wall's terms, unlike a door's, are non-negotiable. Walls stand between, not to mediate, but to facilitate severance. So American culture tends to prioritize doing over having and being. This is reflected in the emphasis on productivity, achievement, and success defined by American society. Doing is often seen as the most important state of being, as individuals are valued based on their accomplishments, work ethic, and ability to achieve goals. And having or material possessions is also important in American culture, as wealth and material success are often equated with happiness and fulfillment. How about that? How about that? So within American culture, being or personal identity and self-awareness is typically seen as less important, although in recent years there's a growing emphasis on self-care, mindfulness, and personal growth. You know, what's interesting is that if our state of being is down, and we all fluctuate between all three, right? Being, doing, having. We all are in those modes. But if we have a foundation in being, generally, having means and looks different. If being is your foundation, then having looks different, sounds different, feels different than if your foundation is in doing. Generally, when your foundation is in being, in most cases, having to you means having respect, having character, having responsibility and taking it, having wisdom. And in some cases, when we look at the foundation of doing, we're looking at all those material things that we talk about. Do I have the house? Do I have the car? Am I looking right? Do I have the right friends? Do I have the right letters behind my name? So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I would just say being is our humanity, folks. Being is our humanity, and we have been robbed of our humanity. Through our educational process, we have been robbed of our humanity. I feel uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is good. Uncomfortable is good. It's kind of toiling the soil, right? Don't you got to dig that soil? If it was easy, you couldn't grow nothing. So sometimes we learn to step into the discomfort. Step into it instead of moving away. Understand myself. I can't see you. I can't hear you. I hear what I want to hear. You feel me? I hear what I want to hear. Not what you told me. I hear what I want to hear. Don't get out of this. What am I going to get for my hard work? The work that I put in. I've been doing this work for about 31 years. I committed myself to this work. And I can tell you, as Harry Tubman said, I could have freed a whole lot more if they knew they were slaves. Could have freed a whole lot more. So in many cases, attempting to get folks to understand that the work you put in on yourself, the work you put in to understand yourself and strive for a healthy state of being is well worth it. And you're not only going to benefit you, but you're going to benefit generations to come. Because you now serve as a model for someone else to see how we get down, as they say. What's your get down? So number one, enhance empathy. Enhance empathy. Empathy is a big word. It's a big word. You got to get out of yourself to have empathy, right? Mm-hmm. You got to get out your way. Your filters, those walls, you got to deal with them so that you can truly be with me. Number two, improve communication. When we live in our humanity, it flows. Number three, stronger interpersonal connections. This is huge. This is huge. When we are living and walking in our humanity. Did I do something? When we're living and walking in our humanity, interpersonal connections are extremely important. There's many of us that do this work, and we don't put that time in on ourselves. We don't understand that when you are dealing with folks who are in a place of toxicity, when they're in a place of struggle, that there's an energy that you take on when you're working with our people, and that you have to have practices so that you can cleanse yourself, so you don't take that home to your family. So we have to be mindful and diligent to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves, so that when we are connecting with others, that we're not giving them toxic energy. We're not giving them our issues. And we're not adding to theirs. Number four, healing and acceptance. Heal, I can accept you. If I'm not healing, guess what? 9 times out of 10, I'm judging you. I'm judging you. I'm telling you okay. I'm telling you you're a good person. But I'm also telling you you're bad. I'm telling you you're stupid. Something's wrong with you. You don't get this, man? As I heal, I accept. As I heal, I accept. All of you. Number 5, increase awareness and mindfulness. Huge. These are all gifts from our humanity, y'all. Just walking in your humanity. You ain't got to go to nobody college and university. Just be in your humanity. And all these things are available to you. And lastly, reduction of prejudice. Folks, I don't even talk about white folks no more. I don't talk about white folks. I don't spend that time and energy talking about them and what they did. Because 9 times out of 10, I have more challenges for people who look like us. We have prejudice against one another. That intersectionality. Are you gay? Are you straight? You got a degree? You ain't got a degree? You got money? You ain't got money? Y'all understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to look down at you because you're different? That's not walking in humanity. That's not walking in humanity. Please repeat after me. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. Thank you. Woo!
Brother Kwame, you just laid the foundation. This was a good segue of exactly the type of things that I want to talk about today, because it was a conversation that was going on in our WhatsApp group. I am the organizer for our diaspora group here in the Arusha area, and there was a conversation going on in there, and it just made me think about wellness and health and about liberation and what does health got to do with it? And Tina Turner came into my mind. What's love got to do with it? So what's health got to do with this liberation, this thing that we're doing? How we see health and wellness, how the medical system sees health and wellness. We separate it into our physical health, our body. We separate it into our mental health. We separate it into our communal health. We separate it into all these different pieces of health when they're really all connected. medical system will say, okay, well, I'm a heart specialist, I know all about hearts. Well, you know, and I'm a foot specialist, I'm a dentist, and, you know, so they've got all these things are divided into all these little pieces and parts. When in reality, they're all together. You cannot heal one. If you're eating badly, then everything else is messed up. If you're not having good relationships with the people in their community, you know, some of the things like a coaching client had, you know, she did a 70-day fast, fruit juice fast, and lost a whole lot of weight. And then she's ready to go back to living, and she's struggling because she has this internal message that she learned saying that she can't do anything right, that she's a mistake, she's wrong. And so she keeps not doing the things she's supposed to do because she's afraid that she's going to prove herself wrong again. So how can she be healthy when she's got these inner wounds, these beliefs about, false beliefs about herself and who she is? So, you know, and then, so there's all of these things. We need to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and we cannot truly be healthy without doing that. And then it goes even further than that. So take this apple here. Now, in the States, they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now, there's probably a good deal of truth about that. Certainly, fruits and vegetables are the key to us being healthy. And yet, so what do they do in the States? Scientists, they go into, you know, research. Okay, what is it about this apple? It's the vitamin C, it's the whatever, I don't know. They don't even, can they really know what all is in this apple? No, they're not divine, they're not God, they don't know. They're just like, and how many times have you heard a study, and then 6 months later or 6 years later, they say, oh, no, we were wrong, sorry. It'll kill you, don't do that. You know, so but the apple knows. This apple is alive. In this apple, it's alive. There's like all kinds of interactions and enzymes and chemicals and vitamins and nutrients that we probably don't even know all of them that are in here. And in our bodies are the enzymes and interactions and functions that know how to take what we need from what we're eating. So your body knows what to do. If you take a pill, a capsule, a vitamin tablet, that's not the same thing. It's fake. It's artificial. That, to me, is so important for us to realize how the westernized, modern system of lure is better. We got to figure this out. We can make it better. Is actually making us sicker. And it has been a life transformational experience. I thank Mama C for helping me get acclimated here. I was fortunate enough to be able to actually live right here for 6 months when I first got here. And she and UAACC has been a great resource. And so what I learned about myself and health and what it takes to be healthy by being here was so much about slowing down, a slower pace of life here. Someone once said to me when I was first here, there's no hurry in Africa. And that's a blessing. You know, we come from the States, it's like, oh, we gotta do this, I'm calling me, why didn't you call me back, blah, blah. No, here it's like, you just gotta kind of go with the flow. And it's okay, it's good. It's good to rest and resist. The food here is local, like maybe even out of your backyard. It's fresh. It's basic. It's not out of a package. I was visiting my family over in July, and they were trying, bless their hearts, really hard to feed me vegan. So they open a package, beans and rice, open the package, pour it in the pot, pour the water and stir it. You know, it's like chemicals, but I don't know what all was in there. You know, here it's real. There's rice fields not too far from here. Beans grow in my backyard. You know, it's like, it's real food. Fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. The community here. I live in a village sort of halfway between here and town, and almost everybody around me is family. And so there's always somebody there you can turn to. You know, there's your cousin, there's your grandma, there's your auntie, there's your somebody. I feel like I live in the middle of a family reunion. Community is so strong here. Unfortunately, we are building the community here for our diaspora group, but there's some healing that we need to do from us. So some of the things that you were talking about, so that we can actually form a really strong diaspora community. But the community I see here locally, I'm not saying everything here is hunky-dory wonderful. Yes, there's issues, people have issues. Colonialism happened here too, so there are remnants of that. But you can see the foundations, the Sankofa, the way you can see how things have been for generations and generations and continue to this day. Also, people live outside. And like here we are right now, we're outside, fresh air, you can easily get out into the sunshine. People cook outside, people eat outside, they work outside. People spend a lot of time outside, and this nature is healing. I know, like even this morning, as I'm thinking about doing this, I'm a little anxious. What do? I go outside in my garden and I just walk, and within the first few passes around my yard, I can feel the energy of Mother Nature just soothing me and healing me. And that's a practice I do every single day, is get outside, walk in the sunshine, walk and enjoy and appreciate the diversity, that beautiful nature, and realize I am a part of that too. I'm a divine creature of nature, just like all of this. I'm a part of this. The other thing is people here are very, very active. They walk many places, they carry things on their heads, they're doing things by hand, they're not sitting, many people are not sitting in their desks all day, or just couch potato in front of their TV all day long. Unfortunately, as Western ways of living are becoming more and more a part of the culture here, some of that is leaving, but you can see, especially when you're not in the city, when you're out in the villages and more rural places, you can see how people are there. People I see, so where I live is, like here, it's up a hill, and I have seen women who I know must be in their 50s walking up the hill, something on their head, and they're, and I'm like, and they look strong and great. These women, these men have been moving their bodies every day, all their entire lives. And so being here has really helped me to see what it takes to be healthy. When I went back to the States, very quickly I felt not only the beans and rice in the patch, but just like the toxic energy around me, the stress level, the push to do more, be more, all of that. And it didn't take me very long at all I could feel the health and wellness that I have cultivated living here begin to seep away. And by the time I left, I was exhausted. I was so ready to get back here. I got back to my house and I could just breathe a sigh of relief and work towards restoring myself to the healthiness that I am here. And the lies that we have been told about what it takes to be healthy also include, I was here starting in 2016. So I was here in 2020 when COVID hit. And let me tell you, here in Tanzania, we didn't social distance. We didn't wear masks. We didn't, it was like life went on. Most people didn't get vaccines, but people were outside. They were moving. They were eating good food. They were doing the things that actually will help you not get sick, or if you get sick, get better quick. I could see it every day, and I would talk to my family, and they're like, "Oh, we got the booster, I still today, they're still getting the boosters, and they're still getting sick. So we've been lied to about what we need to do. If we are going to be able to be in community and liberating, and we're going to be able to do this and building the new reality, the restoring the balance, we have to be at our healthy best so that we have the energy to do the work, so that we have the longevity to do the work. How many of our amazing elders have passed away because they were overweight? They got the vaccine. They did whatever. They're dead. We could still have them here doing the work. we need to still be able to be here doing the work until we are into our 80s or 90s or 100s. I plan to be around a while. So we need to give up the blindness, take off the blindness about what it means to health and be healthy, and step into creating our healthy best selves. I feel myself curling up and when I need to say something and I'm feeling like, oh, can I say this? Is it safe to say this? And it has taken me. Well, I began to really explore this about 4 years ago and really take the risk and step into the fear of saying it, of saying the things, asking for what I need, saying no, having boundaries and all of those things. So we need to be willing to look at our own pain, our own wounds, and to, there's a process that I teach to my clients, that I teach on my website, that I think really is what we need to do, all of us, in whatever area, whether it's health and wellness or anything. And the first thing is to be willing to step out of our comfort zone. And we need to accept change. Once we step into the fear, when we take those steps forward, things are going to change. But I'm open, because I don't know, there might be an actual different way it's going to unfold that's even better. Keep an open mind about what it is. Don't have it so locked in your mind. It has to happen this way. Keep an open mind and be open to the divine gifts, the unfolding as it goes step by step. Energy. This is God talking to you, however you see. There is a concept I really like that the title of the book was called One River, Many Wells. And the river is the divine. It's like the divine energy that's underneath, that all of us, that's what everything is. The wells are the religions and all the different ways people have learned, have discovered to tap into that well. So whether you believe in, you're Christian or you're Hebrew Israelite or a Khan, whatever it is, we're all tapping into that same well, that divinity that undergirds all of us, this nature, everything. So we can all tap into that. True to our past, working together, building coalitions, we are freeing our ancestors who spent, who toiled and died and suffered. We are doing the work so that we can free them as well as ourselves. Yep. And so thank you for listening. And I wish I'm just so happy to be a part of this group.
Everything ain't what it seems in Africa.